Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom, everyone.
Welcome to another episode of Our Journey Towards Eden. Hey guys, we're back.
Doing better.
Yes. For any of our new viewers, would you like to tell them what our channel is about?
Oh, you can do it.
Okay, so for the ones who are looking for the first time, I'm Awa and Amadi is my husband. And our channel is about repatriation, specifically to Gambia. We are trying to get revived and start back posting content. And this topic that we are going to discuss today, this is Mr. Amadi. He wanted to discuss this, so it's Let's Prepare. So that was one of our main reasons for leaving the U.S. because, you know, not only were we spiritually in tune of the things that were coming up on the earth, we observed a lot of things. We saw things changing, and we had lived overseas before, so we knew that it was about time to start making a plan. So did you want to say anything before we kind of get started? Or
No,
you're
just
good?
that's well, you'll find out what the prepare that we're speaking of is actually pertaining to.
Yeah. And you all, Amadi hurt his hand today, his wrist, so he's not feeling the best. But thank you so much for doing the video with me.
No problem.
Yes. Okay, so I know we have a lot of viewers who don't care for the Bible or the Bantu scrolls, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of information. You know, we follow it, and there's a lot of good nuggets in it. The Bible warns us of rumors of wars and famine, for sure. You know, we know that. And what you hear people say is, well, it's been wars and for, you know, but for us, it's like birthing pains. You know, the closer
it's
you
the
get,
convergence of things.
yeah. And not only that, when you get closer to the
I don't know about that one.
the birth,
I have to take your word for it.
yeah, you'll see more birthing pains. You'll see more wars, and we're beginning to see that. I mean, even with the coups, I mean, everywhere, everyone's you know, popping off. So for those who want to reference it, Luke 17, 26 through 30 talks about the last days, and Luke 17, 31 through 33 talks about the last days. And Amadi, what's interesting to me is that it says that the last days are going to be like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah and the days of Noah. So when you think about both of those stories, there was a removal of the righteous people in both situations. The major difference is Noah prepared and prepped, and he was able to save his whole family. Lot,
He tried. Just couldn't find them.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was like a last minute.
Yeah, but he
You
still
know?
tried.
Yeah, he tried, and some of them stayed behind
Yeah,
because they didn't want to go.
yeah.
And then you had some that went, but when the destruction came, they turned back.
Turned back.
It was his wife.
Yeah.
She turned back, and she was consumed. So if Christ is saying that the last days are going to be like these two, I mean, the stories are eerily similar. The two major difference, we know both of the times it was wicked. Sodom and Gomorrah was wicked. The world was wicked in Noah's time, and destruction came. But it was the removal of the righteous, and it wasn't a rapture. It was a voluntary. It was a voluntary removal. You had to voluntarily agree to lose your life that you knew to gain the promise. So I just wanted to share that part because, you know, a lot of people are still in la la land in regards to the times that we're in.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like a herd of cattle
Mm-hmm.
going to slaughter.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. And then when they wake up.
They're naked inside the machine at that point. It's too late.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know, we want to see our loved ones. We want to be like Noah. We want to be prepared. We want to save our whole family. We want the whole family on the ark. All you're responsible for is your family. And when you do what you're supposed to do, what they say, monkey see, monkey do, it's going to spread. Or the main point that we need to do is first recognize and make a choice to either be Lot or Noah. If you don't choose, you're choosing.
You're choosing, not default.
Yeah, you're choosing by default. You'll be under the Lot category. So that's the main I guess first point in regards to preparing is get you an exit plan. Even if you don't have money right now to travel, get your passport. Get your passport so that, yes, do the small things, because I've referred to Dr. Mumbi many times, who has been very a spiritual pillar in my life. And when we were still in the States and we were really wanting to leave, and when I tell you the enemy came against us, you remember that storm came and yeah, and they almost flooded the house. We'd been in the house 11 years. Had never had a storm, a flood.
It came off with clothes.
Yeah. I mean, it was so close to getting in our house, and we had just put in brand new hardwood floors, had just remodeled the house to put it on the market so that we could, you know, sell it and move. But what took me there? I can see you in pain.
It's all good.
Yeah, but so all I'm saying, I know, get your plan. I was saying that Dr. Mumbi was very instrumental. She told me, I sent her a message and told her that I felt like that there was something trying to keep us from coming. And she told me, and this is a spiritual principle I wasn't aware of. She said, where the spirit goes, the body must follow. She said, every day, see yourself. You've been to Gambia. You know, your daily routine. See yourself doing that every day, and cleanse yourself in the bath, with salt, and just cleanse your mind and literally see yourself there. And as you and we continue to make our preparations. So what we're saying to you, even if you aren't quite ready financially, start making preparations. See yourself every day in the element that you are wanting to be in, and it will happen. It will happen. We're a living witness that it will happen. Okay, anything else about preparing? Okay. So the next thing that you should do to get prepared is boost your immune system. That's a big one.
That's a very big one, especially if you're thinking of moving overseas. Anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people think it's because, oh, the water's not clean. Gambia's water's clean. You know, it's not bad. If you're getting it from the aquifer, you know, from the borehole, it's clean. But the thing is there's bacteria and flora that our guts aren't used to. And not only that, although Gambia is, it's not on the same sanitation level as in America. In America, we're more sterile. I think that's why we get sick so much. We're so sterile. Everything's so clean. And here it's not like that. And sometimes, you can pick up things from people easily because, and I'm not saying that can't happen in America, but I'm just saying it's just the sanitation.
I've seen videos of a guy in Whole Foods eating soup out there.
Oh my goodness.
At the ladle back at the soup bar.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's the sanitation. Like here, we have the health department that goes in, makes certain that your bathroom water is separate from your kitchen water. That your
food is at a certain temperature.
Yeah, and that's not
At a
here.
certain temperature.
Exactly. That your fish haven't been in the refrigerator, too long, and that your freezer is at the right temperature. These are measures that we have in place in the West that are not here. So if you build your immune system when these things come to attack you, then your body will be more apt to fight it. And get in the sun. The sun will help you build your immune system. Citrus will help you build your immune system, and herbs. I'm not going to tell the specific herbs because we have people listening and we don't want people messing with our herbs, but they can't mess with the sun. They're trying to, but they can't. And citrus is so good for building the immune system. Anything else on building the immune system?
You can get those vitamin C packets.
Oh yeah, yes. We used to do that every time. We used to every time we would
Try.
yes. But also now this is something I've always done, and you all, I know some people may say something, but whenever I went on a plane, I always wore a mask. And it's something they say that air is circulating and cleaning and purifying. I don't know, because every time I would get on a plane, before I started wearing a mask, I would get a sniffles. I would always get something. So build your immune system, get in the sun, get plenty of water, citrus, and herbs. Okay. You want to do the next one?
Go plant-based.
Yes. If you can't go plant-based,
Be a pescatarian. Eat fish.
fish only.
Fish only. No,
Fish.
no shrimp, no lobster, no crab, no octopus. Just fish with scales.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scales and fins.
Yeah, scales and
Yeah,
fins.
yeah. And do you want me to explain why we're saying this?
Sure.
Okay.
It'll boost your immune.
It will
For
boost your immune system, and it will help you fight things off more. And not only that,
You trim down.
you will trim down, and they have said that most disease is associated with
Your
weight
food. Yeah.
and food.
Your food.
Yeah. But with the things that are coming on the earth,
Well, what we say food or what's being presented as food, because some of what's being presented as food has no nutritional value at all. It's just the look, the feel, the taste, but it brings nothing with it.
yeah. But not only that, the food shortage. This is why it's so important to be able to when you can't get to meat, you've already conditioned your body that you don't have to have it, you know. If you can get to the ocean or the river or whatever, you know, you can get your fish and things. And the reason why we say fish with scales, that's the most kosher and healthier version of any type of meat because they don't carry allergens. The bottom feeders, they feed off the bottom of the ocean. They carry a lot of negative things. But if you go plant-based, basically you can grow everything you need in your backyard. I've seen on some YouTube channels where this one particular lady, it was really impressive. She has created, she was in an apartment. And but it must have been an apartment where maybe more like a condo.
I think it was a condo.
Yeah, it was more like a condo. And so she had a patio, but she had a little piece of land, just a little bitty piece of land. And she had all types of containers, and she grew all of their food, except for the staple items, like all of the vegetables and things. She grew them. And I think she was a single mom. It was so impressive. So, you know, there is really no excuse, you know, for us to do these. And I'm probably jumping ahead of Amadi, but the importance of going plant-based or even going a period and testing your body out. And for me, living in Africa, the healthcare is not adequate. Or I'm not going to say adequate. It's not as advanced in the U.S. Yeah, it's not as advanced. If it wasn't adequate, we wouldn't be here. But so for us, our food is our medicine. You know, yes. So so plant-based is really something that everyone should think about. Just especially if you're coming over here, so that you can grow your own food. And hey, if you don't want to be plant-based, at least you can have your chickens in a pond or whatever, you know. But self-sufficiency is so important, and plant-based is a easy way to prepare yourself, or not an easy way, but it's a smart way to prepare yourself for the things to come. Learning to live on less food, right? Okay, so this is the one that I kind of jumped ahead. I said the next one is eat off the land and natural with no pesticides. So I kind of touched on that. I went ahead of myself. Eating off the land and eating fruits and vegetables in your environment, they help build your immune system to the things that are attacking your body in your area. So
not only in your environment, but the growing in the time of year that it should.
That's true. Exactly.
So it'll help boost your immune system during those specific periods.
Yes. Yes. So eating off the land is very, very important. But you, if once you start eating off the land, say you have a farm, and I am saying, and we're getting to this point too, we have to stop depending on, I mean, we have farmers and things of that nature, yes, but you still need a small food source of your own. If it's nothing but tomatoes, carrots, salad, or lettuce for the ones in the West, and some onion and some garlic, and you can whip up a good salad and you can eat. A watermelon for when you want something sweet. I mean, even if it's just a basic, in hard times, you would appreciate, and maybe even a lemon tree, so you can make you some dressing, but at least you'll have food, you know. So eating off the land and making certain that it is natural.
Okay. Well, what you got? Key natural medicines?
Yes.
Okay.
Learn your key natural medicines in your environment. So if you had to go forage and you're in a situation where there's a lockdown or whatever, you can't get to the hospital, and there's restrictions of you going to the hospital, and you don't want to bow to that restriction, then learn the medicines around you. Dandelion is a good medicine, and I'm not going to name them all. We're not going to, do your research, learn the medicines around you, and if you don't have the ones you need, plant them.
Well, all medications are made and based to mimic what's natural anyway. Because I heard the good doctor say that the other day,
Yes.
that they see specific parts of the brain and what stimulates it. And that's how they, I guess, reverse engineer these different things to mimic what's in the natural.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And he's a chemist,
And a
a
herbalist.
PhD. Yeah, he has a PhD in chemistry and an herbalist. We're actually doing his cleanse right now, and it's a tough cleanse, but yeah. I shout out to Dr. Bobby Price.
Bobby Price,
Yeah, Dr.
yes.
Bobby Price. He's putting it out there, and we're very appreciative to his work. Okay, so learn the natural medicines around you. Okay, so I'm gonna let Amadi take the next one.
Yeah, going back to growing your own food, eating off the land. I want to give a shout out to Cheryl and Chris.
Yes.
They have a YouTube channel. It's called Back to Our Roots, and go check them out. They do home gardening. They have a homestead actually. They have the pond. They have multiple areas that they're growing in. They're growing in containers. So people that are interested in growing in containers, go check them out.
Yeah.
They're doing it. And they're doing it big. They got chickens.
Yeah, they do.
Chris, they're doing it right.
Do they have a pond?
They do have a pond.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have a pond, and it's stocked. So yeah, Back to Our Roots.
Yeah.
Go check them out. It's good friends of ours, and I just want to give them a shout out because those are skills that if you don't have, you can check them out, and pick up some.
Yeah. And you know what? That's really I really like their setup, and I hope people don't get offended about the plant-based that we're talking about. But when you're living in a third world country, well, it's not a third world country. We're not going to even say that. But when you're living in a place where you don't have, the health care that you're used to in the West, then you have to take your health into your own hands. But if you're in the U.S., which they're in the U.S., they have a beautiful setup. And they have access to health care, so, you can incorporate.
He's growing everything.
Yeah, you can incorporate,
And I be looking like, man, I wish I was there.
Yeah, you like eggs.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as the veggies he be picking,
Yeah.
the peppers, the veggies, the greens. I mean, he's growing it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very impressive.
It is.
And it's all in containers.
Yeah.
In raised beds.
Yeah, and I love it because the family supports them. His uncle
Modi.
Yeah. It's a neat YouTube channel. We love it, and it's very relevant. It's needed. It's needed, guys. So please go check them out. Back to Our Roots. They're in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas.
Outside of Houston.
Okay, yeah. So go check them out. Okay, family, we also want to give a shout out to Black Acres of the Gambia, doing it here big in the Gambia with their homestead as well. Okay, guys, so we want to keep the video 15 minutes or less, so we're going to stop the video here. This will be part 1, so stay tuned for part 2. We hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.